Hello, I'd like to show you Friends. When you see inside, you'll understand why I called her Friends. She's a little bit chunky, even though I cut back on the number of pages per signature. But I had so much fun with this one. I think she's maybe one of my top 3 favorites of journals that I've made. And my daughter likes this one the best, and so does my husband. And what I did with this journal was I started off making the cover first. This was made in West Germany. I'm not sure what this is made out of, but I glued some lace on here first, 2 layers of lace. Then I glued this on, then I put the gold cording on, put some flat back pearls. And I thought I was done because I had these other layers of lace here as well. And then I noticed the blue and I went, oh, we need some blue. And so then I put a blue heart here with lace around it and some buttons. And now I'm tickle pink, tickle blue that yes, this is the cover. And then the cover, she kind of dictated what I did on the inside. So let's start off with her measurements. 6 1/4 by a little over 9. Her spine is 1 3/4, and I did a 5-hole pamphlet stitch on there. That was a suggestion my husband made, to make sure that the pages can't wiggle around at all. It's a lot more work, mind you, to do that, because 2 1/2 for the spine, or for the opening, and that's with it pulled closed. You'll see she's going to spring up a bit when I undo this. Yeah, he thought it gives it less chance for the pages to wiggle around. So I might do that all the time. At least on the bigger journals like this one. See how she springed open? Yeah. I guess I'm just a chunky monkey. What can I say? While I was working on this one, I tucked, because I did the cover first, I tucked this into this pocket here, and that worked really nice. But since I want to show you insides, I will leave that there. So we've got fabric on the inside as well. Wallpaper sample, the washable kinds. That's really sturdy. I have a secret that I'll have to share one day about how I do the cereal box base. It's actually double thickness here, and sometimes in parts there is 3 layers, because I do some folding over of the edges and then glue them and then sew them, so that, yeah, this is not going to bend. Tea-dyed card for journaling on. Postcard. It's a vintage one. It says printed in Saxony on the back. I thought it goes with the theme. Little tag here. Mother of pearl button. Altar paperclip. Well, just decorated with a button. Oh my goodness, I love buttons. I found another stash of favorite buttons too. This is a magazine picture. And I did some scanning and picture taking of the lace that I used on the front, because otherwise I wouldn't have had the heart to cut into that lace. So now I can use it for other journals via paper. So this is tea-dyed. Friends reading a book together. And this little booklet is made with tea-dyed papers and little index cards and some fabric. It's the same as the fabric on the front of the journal. And this tucks into this spot here, which is held closed with an altered paper clip. And on the back, there is some journaling spots, some papers here, and you can journal into there as well. And that's sewn on. And pardon me, it's glued on. This is sewn together, and this is holding it, so you can just move this out of the way if you don't want that in the way. This is made from a card, tea-dyed paper on the back. This was a pocket made out of washi tape collage. Some lace. It might be vintage lace, but I just love this color. Some coffee dyed paper. A little booklet here made with a picture of a wildflower on the front. And there's tea bag, an old book page, very old book page from a Waverly novel. I tried to read them. I just couldn't. And tea dyed. This was dyed with onion skin. I thought they were going to be pink or red, but they turned out green. And it's actually a lovely color. Every time my husband sees this, he goes, "Oh, I love that green." Yeah, so some accidents are happy accidents. And a couple of tags here. Little vintage button there. Some vintage trim. Some fabric pocket. Little tag here for writing on with a little bit of tea dyed paper tucked behind. And this, I don't know if you can see this, but it's got a pattern on it. Tea dyed paper. And this I did with watercolors. Whenever I do some watercoloring, I have fun with the leftover paint because, yeah, waste not, want not, but it's turning out to be almost as fun as the actual painting that I'm doing. And so what I did with this one was I scanned my watercolor leftover, painting, and then I tea dyed this. These are pages from 2 different gift books. Don't see many square buttons. And here's a quote about friends. A little bit of lace here. I think that's vintage lace. And this is computer paper. I asked my husband, I said, "What era would this be from?" And he figured it's from the 70s. The tag here that you can write on the back. So it's actually a journal card, isn't it? It's a journal card with tags. And there's some vintage lace there. Like how it shows up with the green behind it. Little writing space here. Old button, mother of pearl button that's worn. Pretty old one. And there's a tag here for writing on as well. Another vintage postcard. Here's a little painting. I tried to scan this because I didn't want to give away the original. There's something about this simple little flower. I love the colors, but I decided you can't keep everything. So anyways, this is a little mini original, perfect for writing on the back. Altered paperclip there. Friendship quote, and inside there's a little note card to write on that's tea dyed. And this sweet little button. And a quote here about friends. I guess a definition. And a stamp that I have. Couldn't resist getting that stamp. Friends together. And there's journaling space on the back there. Postcard. And it's also, looks like it's vintage as well. Bay Area Park. Reminds me of a park where we live. We have a structure something like this and a little bridge and a pond and lots of, we even have swans on it sometimes and geese, so ducks. It's kind of like my neck of the woods. Tag for writing on, it's tea dyed. Yeah, remember typing letters to people, actually sending them in the mail. Do it once in a while. I know I sure appreciate getting them. Some lace on here. And here, some vintage lace on there. Another little tag with little mini tags tucked inside. Just perfect for a code or a special word. Altered paper clip, some lace and a button. Tea-dyed greeting card. And a little mini book here. Tea-dyed, and it's under the paper clip so it slips off. I have this doily set that I really like, and I thought, why not? So I scanned it, and this is tea-dyed. And that way I can use it without taking it apart, because the ones I have, I don't think any of them of this set are stained or ripped or anything, so I don't want to use them. I don't want to take them apart. Here's the greeting card. Journaling space on the back. This is also a scan and been tea-dyed of some, was it coffee that I used or tea to dye this paper, like the original, and with the plastic doily that I have. I just love this plastic doily. There's a little tuck spot in there. Extra long journal card. Here's one of my little butterflies. I drew and painted with watercolor. And this is cute. 30 cents it says on here to get this rose petals music. That's from an old music book. And this is from an old, I think, children's nursery rhyme book. And writing space on the back. I'm working on some more butterflies. Did some last night. It's funny, the ones I liked best, my husband liked the other ones best, and then this morning when I looked at them I went, oh, maybe he's right. Yeah, we're most critical of our own work, aren't we? This was kind of neat. You know, our subconscious notices things that we don't. I picked out this button, and then after I picked it out I realized that it matches the center of these flowers. It's a vintage button and a vintage paper clip too. And it's a blank on the back, tea-dyed for journaling. There's some lace on there. This is from a magazine picture. Journaling on the back. This is some tea-dyed scrapbook paper, and I did a little sewing on the ends. I just thought it suited the theme too. Oh, look at that little cat. Friends. Cats, they can really be good friends. Oh my goodness. My younger cat this morning has been so cuddly. All right. And there's a place to write in here too. See, what's that picture? Oh, 2 people there. Could be a mother and a daughter, or a grandmother, a granddaughter, or an older sister and a younger sister. And there's a little card there for journaling on. Lace glued on here. And this is one of my little watercolors that I copied, and I think this is tea-dyed as well. And there's a little poem that I wrote, micro poetry, kind of like a haiku. Lots of writing in here. And this was another doily of mine that I scanned. And I have a color printer now, so I was able to pick up the colors in it. It's been tea-dyed. Yeah, this one it doesn't have anything wrong with it, so it's like, I don't want to cut that off. I don't want to use it. I have it in a prominent spot in the den, so I see it every day. Friends, what better friend than to have a guardian angel that blows on your soup spoon so that it's not too hot and doesn't burn your mouth. I know it's something that mothers and grandmothers do a lot for little ones. This is tea-dyed for writing on the back. Altered paper clip. Writing spaces here. Little tuck spot here. A hint of what's ahead. There's some pink coming up. I heard that pink is going to be one of the hot colors for 2024. It's a cozy, comforting, cheerful color. Couple of tags here, blank on the back for journaling. an envelope that's got some lace on it, and it's been tea dyed, and it's got some tuck spots in here with tags that are blank on the back for journaling. And there's one of those little cutie things I made from watching a Kathy's Garden tutorial. Tea dyed paper, another old postcard, which I thought suited the style of this book. Journaling space. Here's another thing I cheated on. I don't know, maybe I'm the only person, but I really liked how this turned out, so I scanned it. And then what I can do is tea dye the copies and then glue them onto tea dyed paper so it's sturdy for a writing spot. And the good thing about me being able to scan things is then I'm more motivated to spend time on art, because I know it's not just a one-off thing, that I can actually make really good use of the art. See all the pink? And this paper here was dyed with beets. So there's 1, 2 tags on this side, 2 tags on this side, and there's a tag on the inside too for a journal card. Yeah. Just a little spot to tuck it. Held in place by an altered paper clip, which I'll show you when we get to it on the other side. There it is. This is from a greeting card. It's got some lace sewn on it, a little bit of bling, and this is the altered paper clip. And what I did is I glued a little mini booklet onto it. It's covered with a fabric sample and has a little dangle with a little heart. Boy, this almost has a Valentine theme to it too, doesn't it? Definitely a friendly journal. Celebrate friendship. And honestly, the best, I think, romances are the best marriages and are with someone that you are friends with too. Lace here and over top fabric. And this is wildflowers from Alaska. Yeah, my husband and I, we were friends for quite a while before I realized that, oh, he does like me for more than a friend. But I'm glad it was that way, because we still do a lot of the things we did when we first started hanging out with each other. We both love to walk. And he loves my homemade popcorn. So yeah, there's a certain way I make it. I don't know why, but it just works out. I have this method that I do, journaling spot under here. So he needs me at least for that. And this was a new idea I tried. This was a really stiff tag, and I thought, ooh, I know what I'm going to do with it. Kind of like a belly band. So I sewed a little pocket on it. So there's a tag there, and it's blank on the back, tea dyed. And then this one here, it's blank on the back. And there we go. And you can write on this too, but if you have a black pen or a really dark blue pen. Got a little hiding spot in here with a journal card that's got extra writing space on it. And there's room to put something else in there too if you like, with lace glued on here and stamping to kind of go with the flowers. And a lovely old button and a nice cord that's tea dyed on the back. Oh no, I'm sorry, this one's just naturally old, and it is a postcard. Yeah, but it begged to be in here. I just recently got a set of postcards when I was thrifting. So it's good that I didn't finish this journal as fast as I had hoped that I would. It's good that I took my time because then I found some new treasures to add to it. Rustic journals, that's where I got the idea to put music paper in behind. You know, when you've cut out shapes and you've got the paper left over, or in this case it's cardstock left over, music paper makes a nice background. So thank you. I think her name's Jill at Rustic Journals. She does beautiful work. And this was another cheat. Sometimes I do something and I just, oh, I like that. And honestly, that's pretty rare for me. So this was made with scraps of paper and then stamped on and then tea dyed and sewn around. But this is a scan of that. But the sewing's real and the tea dyeing's real. That's recent. So I can use that card again and again if I like. Good friends are for keeps. 2 elephants. Boy, elephants are very, very faithful to each other. And it's lace glued onto that altar paper clip. And a little journaling card, blank on the back. I think this one's blank on the back. Yeah. Wasn't sure if it had lines. Being lazy here, not taking the clip off. And this was something I made from some pages from a address book. And then I just added some blank pages to it as well. And it's sewn on the spine. So it's like a little journaling booklet. And this is an altar paper clip with some, oh, I forgot what you call this, applique glued onto it. I thought that went nice together. And on the last page, I put one of my favy buttons. Let's see if I can show that to you closer. With a bulb pin that matches it. Hope that picks up nice for you. Isn't she lovely? And a tea-dyed card in the back for journaling. And to tie that back up, see, how do I do that? I went this way with this one, and then this way twice with the longer one. So there's room if you want. You saw there's blank pages for journaling or for doing collages and that on. There's room in this one. But I kept saying to my husband, this one is asking me to be gentle on what I do to it, not to add too much. Maybe it's because somebody else is going to be adding some stuff to it. I don't know, but she wanted to be elegant. Yeah. And she wanted to be a quiet, calm journal, so she is. Thank you for watching, and take care.